All right, man. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone rule and teach well to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. All right. So I was having technical difficulties earlier, man. I got about maybe 3 to 4 minutes of going into the lesson before the camera messed up. Okay, so I didn't really lose anything, but the thing that you current viewers are not going to be able to see is a guy walked past me with his young son. All right, a Jake with his young son, and he basically knew who I was. When I say knew who I was, I don't mean me the individual. I mean me collectively, a Hebrew Israelite. And he said, I see the fringes, and he's basically like on some all praises type things, and I just gave him a little fist or whatever. All right. But he kept going. Okay, he didn't want to build. I didn't. And see, I've been in so long enough to, I understand that his sheep know his voice. So unless I see certain things and certain signs, I don't really just go chasing after people. The scripture is what pulls you in. All right. When the fisherman goes and fish, it's the lure that attracts those fish. It's not the fisherman himself. Now, when you get a fish on, or when you get a fish coming to the lure, you handle it accordingly. But he had a blunt in his hand, and I guess that kind of turned me off as well. But it's still prophecy being fulfilled that before the end comes, this truth is going to be spread throughout the four winds. We're going to get a scripture on that real quick. Because when I be coming out on the highways and the byways, I basically will go off for the current events and what happened the prior 6 days. I don't really be coming out here with a lesson, you know what I'm saying? It's basically on some freestyle stuff, some real stuff, Now the videos throughout the week, when I'm able to put those up, those are pre-planned. This isn't. But that guy, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we're going to go into how the ministry is being preached throughout the four winds, and basically into the ministry in a nutshell, man. All right? This is Mark 13. And I'm going to start at 5. And Yahweh Shai answered them, beginning to say, take heed, lest any man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And when ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled. For such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. So these different things that we see coming through the news, right? These are pieces of prophecy. The scripture says these things need to happen. And why do they need to happen? Because they were prophesied to happen. So let's go over a list of things that's prophesied to happen before Esau loses his kingdom. All right? And when ye hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled. Wars and rumors of wars are a telltale time that Esau is at the end of his kingdom, right? And you have wars going on in Russia and in Russia and Ukraine, and you have rumors of wars, which is their allies basically pump faking, man. Okay? And to be honest, bro, the stage is set for World War III. It's set. All it takes is one event, or one non-event. All it takes is for one certain thing to happen, or for one certain thing to not happen, man. All right? This is Mark 13 and 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. Famines and troubles. Earthquakes in diverse places. And that earthquakes, can basically be transliterated into different types of natural disasters. Floods in Dubai, right? Different floods in the desert. tornadoes in places that they normally don't go, earthquakes in New York, things of that nature. These are telltale signs that the Lord is visiting the place in which he made. And these things he told you from the beginning. But you had too much Esau wax in your ear to listen, man. All right? You can't tell me nothing about the Bible, but you can tell me everything about sports. And that goes into a trick and a device of Esau. His craftiness, his cunningness. Give them bread and circus. You can tell me about all the different food places and all the different food deals and all of the different entertainment things that's going on and about, but you can't tell me nothing about scripture. You can't tell me nothing about prophecy. Even when Esau is taking a football of prophecy and wrapping it up in entertainment and throwing it out there to you, you still can't see it. That movie Civil War was prophecy. That movie that's to come, which is the prequel of A Quiet Place, this is prophecy. All of these different sitcoms, I wouldn't call it a sitcom. All of these different series that he come about with these different end times situations, these are prophecies, bro. And this is his way of washing his hands and telling the citizens, I tried to warn you, and I kind of saw it coming, and you know we threw it out there because he's off his hell and he doesn't give two cares about you, man. Stick to the scriptures. But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. And the gospel must first be published among all nations. So the gospel has to be published among all nations, and that's what has been. And what is the gospel? It's the Bible. It's a couple of countries that have outlawed the Bible, right? But for the most part, this prophecy is done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. The Bible being published and spread throughout the four winds has been signed, sealed, and delivered. So this is one down. And this is another reason that you should know that this one down means another one has to come up. And we got to knock that down too. So what's happening now? What's a prophecy that's happening right now in real time that hasn't passed? It's a few of them. Let's get into them. For one, the prophecy, the things that we're doing right here, right now, coming up on the highways and the hedges and putting our life on the line and making our bodies a living sacrifice. I did a video earlier in the week saying that internet-only prophets are off as hell. If you don't come out here in the public where people actually walk by and drive by and can see you and can ridicule you and can question you and can even potentially be delivered, you're not doing what the Lord had did. The Lord was an actual example. If Yahweh was walking the earth right here, right now, do you think he would be an internet-only prophet? Do you think that he would only report from the comfort of his own home? The internet-only prophet, bro, you can basically come and upload your videos in your underwear and your socks. You don't have to do anything. You stay in your artificial climate and the comfort and the safety of your house and proclaim to be a prophet of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Your face isn't shown. Your job isn't in jeopardy. Your relationship isn't in jeopardy. You haven't put anything on the line for the Lord. You're a hidden prophet. You're a secret disciple, bro. Okay? And at the end of the day, the Lord wants sacrifices, man. When you come to the Lord and you giving sacrifices, you don't come with no carrots and no turnips, man. You come with some meat. The highways and the byways is the meat, man. Any day that we come out here and we tell the world who they are and who they aren't and who the Lord really is versus who we were taught he was in, versus who we taught he was, we're putting our life on the line. You have diehard Christians that don't have no understanding, right? And they're carnal as hell. And if they feel like you're attacking their religion, they will try to first off fight you and get carnal and physical, and then they'll go with that American mind frame and they'll pull a gun out and they will kill you. An internet prophet life isn't on the line. All right? Worst case scenario, somebody try to send you a virus on the internet, man. Try to send a virus to your computer, man. Let me get a scripture for that real quick. This is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, which is your reasonable service. You got to come out here and you got to put it all on the line, man. Okay? I don't think nothing going to happen to me out here. I honestly don't. But the time is coming to where our elders are going to call us off the highways and the byways through the power and spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, because it is done. This piece of prophecy has served its purpose, right? According to Revelation, the 14th chapter, that has been walked out, right? Come off the highways and the byways and watch the nastiness occur. But you have to give something. You have to show the Lord, and you have to move with action, bro. Coming out here, when you've been doing it as long as we've been doing it, I'm gonna be honest, it's easy. It's nothing, and it's just like breathing. But taking that first step is hard, man. Taking that first step without a body, taking that first step without backup, taking that first step without a reader, taking that first step on faith is hard. But you have to do these things. You know how convenient it'll be? I come out and teach on Sundays. For me to not get up and, get myself together and travel out here and to do these videos, you know how convenient it would be for me to do that video from the comfort of my home? Or to just upload some bullshit. I'm not going to call it bullshit. But to upload some clips of prophecy happening versus coming out here and actually teaching and reaching and dealing with the people. Coming out here in front of Esau's face and telling him who he is and telling him who he isn't. When somebody called the cops on us, coming out here and standing strong, it's a difference. Let me get a scripture real quick. All right, that's all right. The scripture I'm looking for, I thought it said basically prophesying in the neck of the enemy. This is another key word. Let me grab this real quick. And it's basically going into how we prophesy from behind enemy lines, man. Okay? Now, I got a couple of scriptures that I don't know off the top of my head that I'm going to get. But we're prophesying from behind enemy lines, man. We're prophesying in the face of our enemy, man. Let me see. I'm going to try one more time. And if I can't find the scripture, I'm going to just keep on going and get another scripture. I'm going to just get another scripture. 644. Just turned 645. Now, this is basically just going into the ministry and how you got to come out and do the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushai did. This is Baruch 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And we remember ourselves by taking that label of Negro or African American off of us and replacing it with our tribe and our country. Judite, tribe of Yasharala. All right? Yadayah Baton Rouge. Okay? And whatever else name it is, okay? We're remembering ourselves. And when we remember ourselves, all right, in contrast, we have to remember who Esau is. We have to remember who the other nations are. We have to remember the true name. And we have to reprove and rebuke false doctrine, man. And shall know that I am the Lord their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear. He's going to open up your understanding. He's going to open up your memory. He's going to take you back to things that you learned in the past and connect the dots and be like, I learned that just so it can resonate today so I could come into the ministry. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. How are we praising him? We're praising him by doing what I'm doing right now. By emulating what the elder apostles in New York are doing right now. Elder apostles are hauled down. Emulating what they're doing because they're emulating what Yahweh did. And he's doing what he was commanded to by Yahweh. Let's get that. All right, 1 second. All right, we're going to go to 1 Corinthians. And we're just basically going into the order, man. And an ordinance is no different than a law. 1 Corinthians 11:2. Now I praise ye, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. So when we're doing and we're acting out, prophesying, when we come out and do the things that the Lord tells us to do, in the name of the ministry, we are following a script that was given to us. It says, now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. What is an ordinance? You go out on the highways and the byways, and the highways and the hedges, and you go out into the chief places of concourse in relation to Proverbs, the 1st chapter, and you go out and teach. And that's the bare minimum. If you want to come out multiple days a week and teach, you bring your ass out here multiple days a week and teach. But at the bare minimum, 1 day, bro. You come out here amongst the people so you can be touched. Okay? We don't want nobody touching us, but so you're accessible. So that the people can see that you're real, that you're not a bot. And I'm being sarcastic, clearly. But you're basically coming out here to pledge your allegiance to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And to unpledge your allegiance to Esau Edom. You're coming out here to make brothers and to make enemies. Anybody that doesn't accept this doctrine and rejects this doctrine is your enemy. If you don't accept it and become a brother, you're an enemy. So you're coming out here for war. Let's deal with that. Matter of fact, I don't want to leave Corinthians first. We'll come back to Corinthians. We're coming out here for war. Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The devil is going to come against you in many different forms, variations, sizes, and approaches. He's going to come at you. He's going to come against you in your job, in your relationship with your woman, with your children, all interpersonal relationships, with your finances, with your faith. Okay? He's going to attack you, and these are the wiles of the devil, and the devil has a job to do just like you got a job to do. Just like you know you got to come out here on the highways and the hedges at least one time a week and put up videos and be there for the brethren and do what you got to do and follow the script and be a servant of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah behind closed doors. The devil has a job to do to honor the same power that you're honoring. The devil's job is to tempt you, to test you, to try you, to give you a hard time, to bless you with some grace. Don't color those grays. Wear them as a crown. The Bible instructs us to wear our grays as a crown. Bro, when you age and when you go through different stages, embrace it. Who wants to be young all their life? Who wants to be a kid all their life? I would like to be physically young all my life, but not mentally young all my life. Okay? Jake and Eve have a very big problem with accepting the advanced stages of aging, man. They want to be young. They want to be kids. And that's why they being friends with their kids. That's why they go party with their kids, go dating with their kids, dyeing their hair, trying to dress like their kids in these things here, man. And that's why we need the Lord to come and replace our elders. And when I say our elders, I'm talking about the people that's leading the nation of Yasharala. Because the remnant, we're coming into leadership. But something very, very dire has to happen before Jake snaps into it. Something 9/11 plus like has to happen before Jake snaps into it and be like, what I've been following clearly ain't it and it's not working. Okay? Let's keep on dealing with the scriptures and dealing with we at war every time we come out here. It's very comfortable to prophesy from behind the computer. Bring your ass out here, man. Get your box in the mud, man. Okay? Know how it feels when your coworkers walk past. Know how it feels when your aunties and your aunties or people that you know out in the world walk past and see you doing the things that you do and representing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. It's going to do one or the other. It's going to make you want to... What's up, y'all? Hey, man, what's going on? Hey, yeah, what's that? All it's going to make you... Thus saith the Lord. Okay? Hiding behind the computer, man, that shit ain't what's up, bro. Bring your ass on the highways and the hedges and do what the Lord instructed you to do. Do what the Lord did himself, man. Okay? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? So our ops are unseen. Our ops are working behind the scenes. Our ops are sent on missions from on high. And our job is to come out. I'm not going to say unscathed, but our job is to come out. Just keep walking and keep on toiling. Good soldiers, those soldiers that get those purple hearts and all of those, they be having war wounds. They be having bullet holes and shit. It healed up. But the majority of them are war torn. You heard me? Just walk. I see somebody, when I'm on the highways and the hedges coming up my way, I'm proud. I want them to see me because I want them to come and engage and come see what's going on. But I guess I intimidate them. I see a lot of guys that I know from the world when I be on the highways and the hedges, but they never come and ask what's going on. I guess it's easier just to, hey, man, da-da-da-da. But everybody got different spirits. Okay? Some people got spirits where you come in and approach me, I'm going to give you the same energy back, you know. I am. I'm not the type of guy that just, okay. Now, through the power of spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, within the ministry, you have to take that route sometimes. But out here, standing bold as a fucking lion, man. You people believe in a white boy. Y'all worship a white boy. What do I have? What reason do I have to put my head down? You worship a white boy. You worship a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white boy named Jesus Christ. Why should I hide in the corner? And if you don't, why should I hide when we got this truth? Right? One second. Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. All right, so you don't have nothing to stand up on. I have nothing to be ashamed of. So I'm bold as a lion. And when I see somebody I know, I will get more animated versus getting quiet, because I'm out here representing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and I'm not ashamed. You know why I'm not ashamed? Let's get a scripture for that. Let's get a scripture for that. This is 2 Timothy 2:14. Of these, put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord that they should not strive about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. Verse 15. This is the meat. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, a workman that needeth not be ashamed. A Christian ain't gonna come up here and have me slipping on no banana peel. A Christian ain't gonna come up here and confound me, because I've studied and because I know what arguments they coming with before they come with them, because they're Christians and they don't have anything to stand up on. They don't have They don't have a metaphorical sword to swing at you. They don't have armor to protect themselves, metaphorically speaking. They can't go into the scriptures and defend themselves from the truth. Only thing that they can do is say, well, I feel like, and it's all about love. It sounds like a bug out. What they basically and technically are. Bug the hell out. Well, if you really think about it, does that make sense what you're saying, son? See, it's not the message, it's your delivery. Well, they killed the Lord for the same delivery. And it is about the message. You can accept the message from someone, but you'll reject the message behind the delivery? That is insane. Hey, get the fuck out of that house. It's on fire. I would love to see you reject that message. I would love to see you reject that message, because the delivery wasn't there. Hey, get the fuck out of there. The house on fire. Who are you talking to like that? They're not going to keep that energy because they can feel the heat. They can smell the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us warning them, hey, keep your cock out of that other man's woman. Keep that blood out of your mouth. Keep that doggone Popeye's red beans out of your mouth. They cook it in pork. They trying to be subtle and make it seem like it's clean, but those beans are soaked in bacon fat. Okay? Keep your beard. Keep the diet. They don't want to hear these things because they can't smell the smoke and they can't see the fire that's going to accompany these lawbreakers. When you break the law, you have to understand that something is coming your way. The Lord is going to F you up because he can't lie. Lying is designated for man. All right? So you don't want to keep that energy if somebody warned you about something that's actually there. And they shooting. You're going to get the fuck up out of there, even though the delivery wasn't there. You're going to get the hell up out of there. But when we tell you something and you feel like the delivery isn't there, you have enough sense to know, well, I ain't going to lie, bro. Everything you're saying is right. I just don't like the delivery. That's because you are an American and you don't understand sternness. You don't understand testosterone, boy. Right? You don't understand power. Lions roar for a reason. Female lions don't roar for that same reason. It's a differentiation between grandma and grandpa. Let's keep on reading. A workman that needeth to not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So why would I be ashamed? Because I see somebody that I grew up with walking up on me. I don't care if you're a multi-millionaire. I don't care if you're a so-called pastor and you got all the success of the world. In my eyes, because you don't acknowledge my power, which is the power of the world, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're nothing. And you're less than nothing. And I'm going to treat you less than nothing. But I'm going to still be respectful. I'm not going to call you out your name. But when you come up here, we're going to deal. And when you lay your folly down, we're going to chop it up with the Bible. Thus saith the scriptures, man. Right? So dealing with the ministry, the ministry itself is prophecy within prophecy, and it has passed and it is passing. Now the scriptures go into a time of the famine of the word. So when the famine of the word actually hits, the prophecy itself will be a past prophecy. So what we're doing right here, right now, is actually happening in real time. It's a prophecy that's going on in real time, and we also know that we have to be in the spirit of knocking prophecies off one by one, so we can get to a certain point in prophecy where we be like, the Lord can come back any day. We're not there yet. As long as we're doing what I'm doing right here, right now, we're not there yet. All right? This is Amos 9 and 10. Nope. This is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. Now that's talking about the remnant. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. So he's going to differentiate who is right and who's wrong. He's going to show you what camp has the truth and what camp doesn't have the truth via judgment. And this is, like I said, this is actually happening in real time right here, right now, right? Like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And all of the sinners of Yasharallah starts right here in America. When that goddamn nuclear hits, all off Jakes in America are going to die. All right? Now, the death to the 2/3 is going to spread after that. And this is also going into a chronological timeline of prophecy. After America is destroyed, you're going to have non-believing Israelites still out there. And we're going to gather them up, line them up, question them through the spirit, and judge their ass. Right? But let's stick with the prophecy that's going on right here, right now. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and will build it as in the days of old. That's talking about the house of the Lord. That's talking about the prophets. That's talking about the men that's out here prophesying. And it basically goes back into the house of great millstone, starting with elder apostle Tahar on down. All right? Does it have people outside of great millstone that's going to be make it? Absolutely. Does it have people inside of great millstone that's not going to make it? Absolutely. But when you want to look at that model of salvation, that model of how to do it, look at great millstone. Straight up. That they may possess the remnant of Edom. Why I say the remnant of Edom? All of Edom in America are going to get put down. You can't survive nuclear holocaust. And all of the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord, that does this. Now this is going into prophecy. Okay? It's going into prophecy. You can't get around it. And like I said, and that's the importance of knowing the scriptures.
Excuse me, y'all. Sorry.
Excuse, alrighty. So knowing prophecy, you know what times you're living in. There's no reason that anybody, any Jake in the world should be like, man, the Lord will come back any day now. He could come back tomorrow. No, he can't. Because certain prophecies haven't come to pass. The Lord can't come back tomorrow. He can't. I'm not about to sit here and tell you the last prophecy that has to come to pass before the Lord can return. Study. Go into this thing and pull that out. Okay? But it's a few prophecies leading up to the last prophecy before the Lord is legally and prophetically, I'm going to say prophetically able to return. Yahushua cannot return right now. If he wanted to, he cannot return right now because certain acts haven't gone into action. All right? And the Lord is a power of perfection. Okay? And that's why you have prophecy, and that's why you can't and you ain't and won't have free will. Because free will has the potential to upset prophecy. And if you upset prophecy, you upset perfection. And if you upset perfection, you upset Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It ain't no upsetting Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It can't happen, bro. It can't happen. This is not it. It can't happen. Going to more prophecy. 2 Ezra 9 from the top. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So he's telling you, I warned you, and I told you, and I prepared you before of the times that you're seeing happening now. So I've told you about these things yesteryear. Now you're witnessing them. So now you should know what to expect. And that's why brothers should be in the spirit of hastening the day and in the spirit of prophecy. Don't worry about your own life. Don't worry about your own self. We were taught to not worry about the individual, worry about the collective. Let's get Israel the fuck up out of here, bro. Wake up. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck my kids, fuck your kids, man. And I mean that on a personal level. Sacrifice me. Sacrifice these children. Let's make it collectively out of here. Okay? Because the elect is a collective. It's the smallest collective, but it's a collective, bro. And that's why we're not here out of here right now. You got elect members that was awoke, that knew who they was in the 80s. The Lord could have came and scooped them up. What about the rest of us? So it's a collective. Everybody got a story. Nobody want to hear your goddamn story unless you like using the brother to be a shoulder to lean on. You keep on going. All right. If you want to hear a story, I'll tell you about a guy named Yahweh Shai. He got a story to tell. But collectively, he put himself to the side for you, for me, for my children that don't even deserve it. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world, in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Prophecy. These things were prophesied to happen before they happened. The Lord wants his spirit and his vibration to be explained to the world when it pulls up on the world, because the world doesn't know him. But there's 144,000 guys spread throughout the world that do know him, and that's basically making his intro. Hey, this is who's coming. Hey, you better chill. Something terrible is on the way. You better stop. You better throw that blunt down. You better throw them pills down. Something terrible is coming. And on that same note, hey, take that frown off your face. Something beautiful coming. Hey, man, don't worry about them bills, man. It's gonna get paid. Something awesome is coming. So it's a flip side. You got warnings being issued from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and you also have affirmations and basically what the scripture says, comfort one another with these words. So you have warnings going out to the misbehaved children, and you have comfort going out to the children that actually understand and know what's going on, and that's walking it out and actually living it, man. Teaching is one thing, living is another. Both of them together is what makes you a part of that number, and you also have to be chosen. There's nothing that you or I can do to seal or unseal the fate that has already been laid out before we even made it here, man. We're programmed. We're walking out a script that was written for us before we got here, and the ones that have a script that brings us on this stage, this truth, we have enough understanding and knowledge about the director, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to hope and pray that we're not just being used for the elect. We're hoping we're part of the elect, because all of the fallouts, the bug outs, and the people that came and went, they're here to make the elect wiser, tougher, and stronger. They were here at just lessons. Wham, bam, thank you, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Let's keep going. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. So the scriptures are basically saying the ending is more important than the beginning. Let's get that. Let's get that. Because some people might not have taken that message from that passage. Slack it. Hold on. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit, man. So the scripture's telling you, bro, the ending is where the action is. The ending is where the meat is. And we get lessons within lessons. And it says the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. You got patient brothers that's not as sharp as brothers that's proud, or brothers that's not even brothers. Okay? The race isn't given to the swift, goddammit. The Lord is with the righteous. He's not with the swift. He's not with that guy that can think the fastest and speak the most eloquently and do all of these different feats. He's with that guy that's actually living what the scriptures tells him to live throughout the week, man. And don't have malice in his heart. That's who the Lord with. You ain't got to be the smartest. Like if you would have saw Moses in his time and you heard him speak, you wouldn't have been attracted to that. The elect would have been attracted to the righteousness that emanated out of Moses. Right? Not his articulation. So you got brothers out here, bro, that's not the best articulate. That's not the fastest when it comes to thinking. But the Lord got his hands on them because they're not malicious souls. They mean everything they say, even if it don't come out right. And the Lord is with them. Okay? Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. I can attest to that personally, man. Don't get to the point where you're angry enough to go off. Don't get to the point where you're angry enough to say things that you're going to backtrack and backpedal on. Wise men don't do that. Wise men be like, if I feel like this tomorrow, or if I feel like this a week from now, I'll speak on it. But right now, my flesh is infuriated, and I shouldn't act on it. Just like you don't act on it every time your flesh tell you you're hungry. You know? Or every time your flesh tell you any other off things. So, get your ego into check. Because that's spiritual. You're not having your ego in check as a man is spiritual, bro. A man's ego is something natural. The Lord put it there for a reason. It does because, you know, we are conquerors. And we're basically the top predator. Ego can get bigger than man. You can be out in woods and let your ego get the best of you. They got people that won't let animals deal with them in a certain way that they know they can't beat. So get your ego in check. That's spiritual, bro. Your ego is the thing that you defend when you're wrong and you actually don't have a defense. Or your ego is the thing that makes you go off and say things that you have no reason to say in that season. Get your ego in check along with your spiritual things that you got going on. All right? Because ego is probably not the word that I really want to use spiritually, but I use it in a carnal context because it can be transferred and people can understand where I'm going with this here. But I'm gonna use the word pride. Get your fucking pride in check, Jake. You ain't shit without the Lord. If you attacked, take it. The Lord took it. The Lord didn't have to take the attacks that he took. He took it. Who the fuck are you that you don't have to take it? You ain't shit, bruh, without Yadayah Baton Rouge. All right, this is John 13 and 13. Ye call me master and Lord, and ye say, well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. Now you can apply this, you can basically apply this gesture to prophesying. You can apply this gesture to the different orders of the way that the elder apostles have set this thing out. All right? You fall in line when it comes to who's over you. And again, going to the internet only prophets. You bring your ass out here on the highways and the byways. The scriptures say this. You call me master, and ye say, well, for so I am. Now you saying, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone, but you're not doing what the scriptures said you should do, right? For I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you. And the Lord had a camp. It was Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the disciples. And they went out week in and week out, in season and out of season, and they taught. They put their lives on the line, and the majority of them lost it. All of them lost their lives except for John, bro. Except for John the Revelator, and he basically got what's equivalent to a life sentence. Right? These were not internet-only prophets. These were not prophets screaming out of the back of their bathroom window out into the world back in that time. These were guys that's letting you know straight up, look, this is who I am, this is what I represent, what up? Okay? They wasn't cowards. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. So Yahweh Shai is telling you, I'm not greater than Yahweh, and you ain't greater than me. So you can't change up my doctrine, you can't change up my order, and you can't change up my instruction. You can't do it better than me and then come with some bullshit excuse talking about I'm reaching more people or this and that. The Lord is not here for the majority, you goddamn sucker. He's here for the remnant. But I got a lot of views. If you got too many views, you might be doing something else, man. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you are. But when you understand what the scripture says when it says the world did not receive him, or you understand what it says, only his sheep can hear his voice, your views are going to be kind of limited, okay? Until this event happens. This event is definitely going to happen. But internet-only prophets are very reminiscent of guys that accept the historical and cultural part of who we are, but won't take on the spiritual responsibility of who we are. I hate black women for this one reason. They change their hair. They manipulate their hair. They fry their hair. They chemically change their hair because they said it's hard to deal with and it's hard to basically keep up and maintenance. You sound like a piece of shit. If I had a piece of property that was worth $30,000 in the middle of the hood, the maintenance is going to be very easy. Very easy. Flip side of that coin. If I had a $30 million property out wherever, the maintenance is definitely going to be what a regular person couldn't afford just in maintenance. I would have the same way. I love me. I love what the Lord made us to be. My beard, yes, it's very difficult sometimes to deal with because of what we are. But you just do anything that you put time into it, a couple of minutes. I'm just literally just a couple of minutes out of the day every day to train it, and you end up with stuff that the other nations hate, and they want this. They want your skin. They want your hair. They want your lips. To the women, they want your behind. They want your thighs. It ain't nothing about no other nation physically that I desire to have on my own body, man. All right, I gotta wet my hair before I comb it. 5 minutes, maybe 10. And it needs to be maintenance anyway. Maintenance equals is going to stay clean. Even when you cutting the brush in your hair and not directly cleaning it, particles that don't belong that fly out. Maintenance it. If you had that big ass mansion, you got to deal with the maintenance that comes with it. He set you to be a part and to not blend in. He made you different. He made you holy. Let's get that. He made you to be the one that people should be trying to be like. They need to find a chemical solution to make their shit look like us. We don't look like them. And when you find somebody that looks like them or gives it enough thought to go and alter their physical self, you know where their mind is. Stay far away from that person. And if you dealing with that person, find an exit strategy to get out of that shit, man. Because that flower is going to blossom and it's going to bloom. Okay? I forgot what I was about to bring up, saying what I was just saying. I know I was talking about the hair and being yourself for what. All right, I know what I was about to go into. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. So the Lord said you're holy, and the word holy means set apart. And the word set apart goes into different, peculiar, strange, not like the rest of them. Exclusive. When you go into the book of Daniel, let's get that real quick. This is Daniel 7:9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. The Ancient of Days is a nickname for the Lord, and that goes back into Ancient of Days means nothing is older than him. He predates everything. Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. Be proud of who you are, Jake. Embrace who you are, Jake, you piece of shit. Okay? And the only reason I say you piece of shit because Jake doesn't like who he is. And if he knew who he was, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get another one. Now, that was the Father. Let's get the Son. This is Revelation 1:13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His heads and his hairs were like white wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire. Now, that white throw a lot of people off, but it's fine. All right, the Lord wants you to be thrown off, but it basically goes to what you would call a gray-haired man or a snow cone. You remember that movie Django, when it had this sellout Samuel Jackson's character? And Jamie Foxx said, "Hey, snow cone, snowball, or something along those lines." It was basically going to take his white hair. Through the scientific process of aging, our hair goes from black to gray to white. So Yahweh Shah, he saw some shit in his young life. He went through so much stress. He went through so much turmoil, man. His mental health was plagued, and the only thing that delivered him and to keep him going was Yahweh Shai. That's it. All right. Let me get a scripture real quick to back up what I said about the Lord. Hold on, one second. All right, now this is basically going to tell how he got his gray hair. This is Isaiah 53. And 3, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he have borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Yahweh, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquity. So he's basically had the sins of Yasharallah on his shoulders, and he carried it physically. And that's why all of his hair is turned white, bro. This scripture was telling you about somebody that was getting it from all different sides, bro. Like he had it hard, bro. He had it hard. It wasn't easy for him, and I guess the thing that really made it extra hard for him is knowing who he was. Got an old saying that ignorance is bliss. Going until you can enjoy certain things not knowing. If I was swimming in the ocean and I was in some waters involuntarily, keyword is involuntarily. If I was dropped off into the ocean involuntarily, I wouldn't want to know that water has sharks in it. I would rather not know. And that's an example of ignorance is bliss. Me knowing is gonna fuck with my mind the whole time I'm trying to swim to this land, and it's gonna be torturous. And he knew everything. He knew everything. Just imagine the things that plagued his mind. People coming up to him, disrespecting him and playing him and things like that. Just like they did with King David. When that dude came up to King David talking all that shit, throwing rocks at him. He got his issue though at the end of the day. What King David said, don't let his hoary head go into the grave unscathed. Right? And the Lord gave him enough rope to hang himself. They put his ass on house arrest and he left. And he got his ass lit up. Son of a bitch. But with that, I want to give I hope this was edifying first and foremost. I hope this was edifying to someone. And I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory too. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim, form Yasharallah, Abal, Babal. Until next time, Akim, man. We out of here, man.